Welcome, everyone. I am so happy to be here. This is Chris Demaro and my wife,
Lisa Demaro,
from Every Single Thing 413, and we are very happy to be here at Zaza Green Cannabis Dispensary in Springfield, Massachusetts. We have Mr. Tim Rook, the Public Relations Manager, and one of the bud tenders, Brian, here with us today. Welcome, Brian. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Please.
I wanted to come in. We've had a chance to walk around. We've seen a lot of products. We want to talk about what you offer, what the experience is like. But before we really kind of get into all of that, Tim, tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from?
Born and raised in Springfield, trapped, as I like to say. Never have moved out and grew up in a neighborhood probably third of a mile, 3/10 of a mile away from here, known as Liberty Heights or Hungry Hill.
Hungry Hill.
We're currently in the neighborhood of East Springfield.
Okay, yeah, so Hungry Hill and East Springfield. What's the dividing line? Is there a dividing line?
That's up to a lot of fistfight interpretations.
Back in the day.
Depending on where you lived and what neighborhood you wanted to be a part of. You were either an East Sider or a Hungry Hill.
So you've been here for a long time. I mean, you grew up essentially in this neighborhood.
Yes.
Did you ever think that you would own a weed store here in the neighborhood?
Never. And I think if you spoke to anybody from my neighborhood, they would probably say that Tim would own a bar. Never would have thought I would be in cannabis, involved in cannabis, or associated with it. It's been a long journey from when I started, but the store is now open under new ownership, and I get to play a role in that because they really enjoyed the vision of what I was looking to accomplish earlier. And they said, hey, if you want to stay involved, you want to stick around, we'd love to have you implement your vision that you had.
Terrific.
I don't get paid. I'm a volunteer, and I'm here.
Tell us a little bit about your vision. First, start with the name. Tell us about Zaza Green. What does that mean?
What does Zaza mean? Yes.
Zaza is an interesting story. So when we were thinking of different names for the dispensary, we wanted it to reflect the vision. And Zaza in the Bible means bringing people together and shedding light.
Okay.
Which fit into kind of what we were trying to do, a wellness center, a spa feeling, comfort. It wasn't until after we selected the name did we find out that Zaza in the cannabis world also means like really good product.
It's supposed to be good, right?
Yeah,
That's Zaza, getting that Zaza.
And I believe it was Brian who brought that to our attention, that Zaza, what Zaza meant in the cannabis world.
Yeah, after so many years of being in this industry, it's wild. I'm like, I've never in my years, I'm like, someone actually used the name Zaza. I'm like, go, solid, 10 out of 10. Great
Come on,
name.
right?
Yeah.
You probably experience a lot of folks, Brian, that walk in here. Do you ever get someone who walks in who's just never been in, like their first time in a cannabis shop?
Yeah, absolutely. We get people, first timers are so common, especially in dispensaries.
Okay.
People assume when you come in, like, you get like professionals and experts and people I've spoken since 1975 and stuff like that. But it's more common to get someone who's never been to a weed shop ever or even smoked weed the first time.
Take me through a little bit of your process. If I am a new customer, new to cannabis, tell me about what my experience would be like working with you at the counter here at Zaza.
Well, that's no problem. I would ask you, first I'll ask for your ID to make sure you're legal enough to work, to be in the store. But after that, it's more of like, all right, so what are you looking for? Do you want to relax? Do you want to be energetic? Do you want to feel a euphoric feeling? Do you want something that would help you around doing stuff at the house? Do you want to be able to focus on like a TV show, read a book, play a game? Do you think you want to be more active? Do you have aches and pains? Do you have something with your sleep cycle?
I'm going to select a euphoric, energetic.
Euphoric energetic for you, I would probably recommend a sativa. And I'll probably tell you, I would give you something in the mid-range. If you want to smoke, I would give you a mid-range pre-roll sativa, because most people don't want to grind it up themselves and put it in a bowl, because that's an whole different experience. I want you to be the easy experience the entire time. So sativa pre-roll, mid-range, not too high, to give you that energetic, euphoric feeling. If you don't want to smoke, I'd give you a sativa leading edible. And if you're like, well, I do want to smoke, but I don't want it to smell, I'd give you a vape.
Okay.
Sativa vape, and be like, here you go. Try to enjoy this for what it is. Low and slow, take it easy. It is a marathon, not a race.
I like that.
No matter how much you smoke, you're still going to be high. So it doesn't matter how you want to get there. Just take your time.
I like how you said you're still going to be able to get there. That's a good segue for me to ask Tim. It was easy for us to get here to Zaza Green. We were right off 291. Was that one of the reasons that you picked a location like this for the cannabis dispensary?
We think the location in Springfield is one of the best because of the convenience of finding the location at 311 Page Boulevard in Springfield, but also 52 parking spaces. The parking lot is well lit. It's a safe neighborhood. knowledgeable staff. So many things came together.
You really are doing a lot of community events here at the dispensary.
Yes.
I was here on was it the end of summer party that you threw,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
you had a
the
bunch of
lap party.
vendors. There was a DJ. I mean, tell us a little bit about why you did something like that.
Well, the energy of the store is very important, and certainly on top of that is being part of the community. And we're very involved with the community. Kathy Brown, who's the president of the East Springfield Neighborhood Council, has been absolutely fabulous. The residents who live on this street that we directly abut have been terrific. We keep them very informed of what's going on. We sponsor different families for different charitable events around Christmas and Thanksgiving.
That's great.
We do it anonymously because when you're giving charity, it's not to get credit.
Sure.
So we donate to the East Springfield Neighborhood Council, and we ask them to kindly focus on families, single parent families with children. We're involved in a workforce training program to try and teach people who are cannabis curious, who may want to work in a store,
Wow.
how to work the Dutchie system, how to work the state system, how to work the cash register, so that they can work at any dispensary in Massachusetts. They don't have to work for us. We also are involved in the artist community, and what we have is an artist corner where a artist can come in, they can paint a mural on the wall, and they can display their artwork. And then any proceeds from the sale of the artwork goes directly 100% to the artist.
Wow.
And we help get them some exposure. And as you can see, as you walk in, there's a mural down there with some artwork displayed
Yes.
by a local artist, Joey Burr from Burstein Studios, and he specializes in murals and outstanding artists and just great to work with. We're going to be doing a call for artists and asking different people in the art community to submit different suggestions or ideas.
Okay.
That mural will change. It'll change around Halloween, and we'll put up some kind of a Halloween theme. Then it'll be a Christmas. Then it'll be every 2 months you try and change it. So
Always
kind of
something new
exciting.
here to see.
Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit about the community room, and I want to kind of go back to that. I had an opportunity to go inside of there. It's a beautiful room. You've got this beautiful floor throughout this whole place. Now, this is a place that, is it open to the community, or is it something that you're going to be inviting community members in for different functions?
It's both. We have
Okay.
a community room that holds about 100 people seated, probably 85 standing with some high top tables.
Okay.
We'll be having one of our first events is going to be a comedy show, and that's going to be called the In the Couch Comedy after Indica.
Indica. Okay.
And as a matter of fact, Steve Nagel is one of the comedians, as well as Marty Caprone, I believe is his name. They're going to be doing one of the first events later in October.
Okay.
Representative Carlos Gonzalez is going to use the space for Latino Heritage Month, and they're going to be doing some kind of an event there, and we'll be.
And will those events be, are there age restrictions around who's allowed to go into the community room as well?
The age restriction will always be 21 or older.
It is. Okay.
Even though that is not part of the cannabis side. But
Sure.
We were wondering about that, actually. Lisa and I were talking about that at home.
Yeah.
We said, is this a
We didn't know if it was going to
community
be the new
room, or
place
is it a
for the
family-
children's birthday
Right,
parties
can you
in
have
the
children's
back.
birthday
you know?
parties in the back? Or no, that's not the case.
We wouldn't do that just because of the confusion it might cause
Sure.
with the Cannabis Control Commission.
Absolutely.
So 21 or older.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think it's fun that you had the community room. You and I talked about, possibly doing some type of educational programming in there. Having a place to, I think you even opened it up as a cooling center for a little while on some of the hot days.
What I was trying to do when I was designing the store is putting my soul into the store.
Got it.
So you have 61 years of helping people and doing good things, and you'd like to continue to do that. The goal for the owners is to make money, but it's also to be part of the community and helping people.
Tim, your intentions with this store really show through. You walk in, these glass cases are absolutely beautiful. Are these something that you just went out and purchased?
Those were manufactured locally on Avocado Street, and a local small business did the work. The artwork in back of us was a local artist. That's all handmade. The mural is a local artist. The display of the artwork here, I believe, is also local.
One of the things I enjoy about this location is that it has a more organic feel than a lot of the other dispensaries. They have a very industrial with the exposed pipes and It has a very, very homey and artistic feel. Everywhere you look,
Yes.
there's greenery. It's a very pleasant environment.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That was the goal.
That was an intention?
Yeah, that's huge, honestly. We love to hear that. I'm saying this also from someone who works here. It's so different. I've been working in this industry for 5+ years now.
Okay.
Shout out to Tim. Tim will never say anything really nice about himself too much, but the reason why it's so wonderful that he's always like this is because he cares so much about this store, and he cares so much about us as staff. There's a lot that happens in this industry that most people would never think is like part of it, and a lot of it is like very corporate.
Yes.
A lot of people they treat weed super corporate and like, oh, you know what, like
It's become corporate.
It's becoming corporate,
Yes.
right? And Zaza's keeping like this family-oriented environment where everybody who kind of works here is like, oh, this is a vibe.
I really like to hear
we
this.
Can catch a vibe here. You can be yourself here.
Really, from leadership, it trickles down into management and into all customer-facing staff, right? And it's really the customer-facing individual that creates that retention in business. And that in concert with, frankly, an inviting, welcoming establishment that you set up here, Tim, with local artists, local craftsmen, and really you display your products really well. So I know in other dispensaries I've walked in and nothing's really there for me to look at unless I'm at the actual counter. There might be a few things. Here, before I even get to the counter, I can walk all throughout the store and pretty much see most of your inventory. Is that correct?
Yeah. So like basically everything that you see here, especially that we have like behind the glass counters, a lot of them are people we do work with directly. Like they're so great too. Every person that we get here, like that we get from them, are like high top sellers, high cultivators, like award winners.
What are some of the so tell me a couple of the products that you carry, some of the brands.
253 Pharmacy, out from Northern Mass, local. They're an amazing cultivator. They have some of the best weed available.
Okay.
They grow beautiful, like really full buds that I've seen their grow rooms before, and they're just super clean.
What's the name of that cultivator again, Brian?
253 Pharmacy.
253 Pharmacy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's one of the raw flower providers that really do well here.
Pre-rolls, eights, tinctures, edibles. They do kind of everything here. And we have almost all of their kind of supplies. And they sell so well. They do amazing.
And 253 is local. The owner of 253 is Seth, and he's originally from Long Meadow.
Oh, no kidding.
And got to know him over the years, and he was great. High Plain Farms, Chris Roos Jr. Opened and operates that. And he is also from Springfield. And we have some of the others that have close connections to Springfield, or they have really good product, and we're asking them if we can provide them with the opportunity. And Brian's been very involved with that.
Brian, so you don't just carry flour here, right? You carry the full gamut.
Everything that you might need, I got for you except for salves for right now.
Okay, so you've got concentrates, you've got flours, you've got edibles, and you've probably got different levels of each one of those categories.
Absolutely. I got from low all the way up to high up. Anything you need in between, I got it. I can fix it for you.
Have you ever seen a cannabis product that surprised you?
Yeah, actually. So one of the big ones is infused beverages, or like the powdered beverages. Those are kind of fun. Those are kind of great for me personally. Like it's kind of it's like an adult Kool-Aid. You shake it up. It's in a little packet. We have a raspberry lemonade from Happy Valley here. That's very tasty. It doesn't taste like weed, and they do so well. Like the effect is super full. It's really enjoyable. It's not very harsh. You don't get a green over the next day.
A green over.
Green over. I love it.
I think we were talking about that before, a little bit of a green over. So, this has been really great. I'm really enjoying getting to talk to both of you. It's kind of like we're getting both sides of the story, right? We're getting the story from the creator and someone who's been involved since the inception, and then really someone who's on the front lines, right, who's serving customers every single day. And when it comes to serving customers, Tim, what are some of the emotions that you want your customers to walk out of here with?
We want our customers to know that they are welcome. Everybody is welcome inside Zaza, and we want them to leave with the feeling that they belong here.
Okay.
And that they feel comfortable. It's the feeling or the vibe we want when you walk in is that you're walking into a wellness center or a spa. And you're like, wow, this is really nice. And then they come in to the door after they check their ID, and that continues, and you feel the vibe as you're coming in. You see the artwork, you see the display cases, and our most valuable asset, you meet the employees. Each one has their own individual personality and strength of knowledge. And the beauty of that is, if, not that this would ever happen with Brian, but if they ever asked Brian a question that he couldn't answer about cannabis, he could reach out to Christina, he could reach out to Robert, he could reach out to Michael. He could reach out to anybody.
Okay.
And they really work well together. And one of the highest compliments we get on our website is the product and the employees. You can order online. If you don't want to wait and talk to anybody, just come in, say, hey, I'm here to pick up my order. You give them the name, your license, and you're in and out.
Hey,
I think that's great.
speaking of customers, I think that's John O'Brien over there coming in. Maybe we can get him to sit down and talk to us for a few
I
minutes.
thought I heard John's voice over there.
Hey, would you guys mind terribly if we just took a moment and sat down with one of your customers and then had you come back?
Not
of
at all.
course.
Not
All
at
right, great. Let's try to do that.
John
Hey,
is
John.
a loyal customer.
Hey, this is kind of exciting. We're in the middle of filming our episode here at Zaza Green, and a celebrity walked in the door, and he was nice enough to let us sit down and talk to him. Mr. John O'Brien, welcome to the show.
Oh, and then after the celebrity left, I came in, and I appreciate that. Hi, Chris. How are you?
We heard a
How
familiar
are you
voice.
guys? Yeah, that's the giveaway. How are you guys?
We're doing wonderful,
Doing
John.
wonderful.
Happy to
Good.
be with you on the
Good.
microphone again. Last time I was with you, I think I got a little choked up, so hopefully I do a better job this time.
Well, lucky for you, I have no memory of even working at that station. 30 years, I've completely erased it all, and there's no memories left. So
Well-
that helps.
Well, you're at a place that helps with that short-term memory. It's Zaza Green. It's a cannabis dispensary, and what I remember from our time on the radio together, you do enjoy a little bit of cannabis remedy.
Right now, I'm higher than both Cheech and Sean at the same time. So it's really been working out pretty well. No, I did, and I was very open about this stuff on the air back when I was on the radio, having dealt with cancer and treatments and side effects, and my timing was perfect because it was right about the time that Massachusetts decided to go for the medicinal
Yes.
marijuana. And around the time that the facility in Northampton opened up, and I was able to jump on the bandwagon right away. And the truth is, I'm not using it like I did when I started either. I was, because I had melanoma in the lungs, kind of restricted me from any smokable product.
Inhalation.
Yeah, any inhalation was kind of out of the picture for me. And I was just really lucky. My medications, my treatments didn't have the kinds of side effects that people get with chemo, standard chemo, and that kind of stuff. So I've actually now graduated to a point where I'm using it now for the purpose of sleeping.
Okay.
Because not having to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning anymore makes it more difficult to go to bed and
wow.
stay asleep. So I've started using that here from this dispensary, and so far it seems to have helped.
So all the years of having a radio show, it's taken the effect of you can't really sleep late anymore. So this is helping you try to actually get that rest in.
Yeah, well, and it used to be sleeping in was till 6 a.m.
Okay.
So now I'm in bed until 9, but I'm staying up,
Okay.
past midnight, which is something I never did. Well, I did on the weekends. I wasn't one of the. They tell you sometimes to try to maintain the same sleep schedule
Sure.
when you're not working than when you are.
Absolutely.
I never did that because there's nothing to do at 4 a.m. on a Saturday. So I didn't bother with it. And now it is kind of an adjustment. I'm older, and your sleep patterns change as you age anyway. So this has been a help.
John, what is your favorite way to ingest cannabis?
I would prefer it intravenously, but unfortunately, so far they haven't come up with that idea yet. The thing of it is, I did in the very beginning. I was using the inhalation stuff, and I realized how much that was bothering me. But the immediacy of the effect of smoking it is obviously much faster and more noticeable than it is to ingest edibles, although the edibles have become my go-to now.
They tend to help with the sleep.
It helps with the sleep faster than it provides any kind of impairment or
Okay.
enjoyment. In other words, it used to be, I got the relief of the side effects of the medications, but I also got a nice little buzz, and you could enjoy that feeling if you weren't going anywhere. Now, I don't even get to the point of the buzz anymore, because it seems as though I'm relying more on the CBDs than the THCs.
Interesting. And you feel as though that you get a better rest when you have some type of ingestion before bed. All cannabis use, whether we're here in an adult use recreational facility, but in my opinion, this is just my humble opinion, all cannabis use is some type of medical or wellness use. And hearing what you're saying, I actually suffer a little bit of insomnia myself, and I use it to sleep. I get an excellent, restful night's sleep as long as I titrate or take the right amount of dosage. And I don't end up having a hard time waking up in the morning.
Well, and that was the problem in the beginning, even when I was using it to offset the side effects of cancer treatments. The ability to find that right amount, whether it's the right percentage of THC or CBD or the right dosage for your particular physiology, it's a lot of trial and error. It used to just be 2 shots of vodka, and I didn't have to measure anything. It was a lot easier that way. I have always, on air, when I was on the radio, I was always comparing it to the alcohol industry.
Okay.
The hoops that you have to jump through to run a place like this are nothing like the ease or apparent ease of running a liquor store. But yet, the security of this product is like it's Fort Knox.
Sure.
And not that it's not an important product and shouldn't be regulated, but I think there are levels of regulation that are easier than what we're doing right now. And like I said, hopefully as time goes by, it will become easier and easier to operate a facility like this. But this is a very nice place. It's amazing what they put into these things. Again, to make that package store comparison. When's the last time you walked into a liquor store and you looked around and went, wow, this is really nice?
Sure. As
opposed to where's the vodka? That's the only concern when you walk in. Here, you can spend a good 15, 20 minutes before you even make it to the counter and talk about what you're here for.
So, John, you had mentioned, some of the hoops that people have to jump through, but when you're just a customer coming to Zaza Green, there's really no hoops. As long as you have your license or an ID that says you're 21, do you find this an easy shop?
It's an easy shop. Yeah. I mean, I've made the purchase in here probably 3 or 4 times now, and it's easy enough that when you come in, the help that the people are willing to provide for you is it's a big difference, because I know people who never would have dreamed in the past of using cannabis for whatever moralistic reasons or whatever the case may be, that have now tried it and been I don't want to say hooked on it, but they believe in
Sure.
it, and they feel that it works, and they're convinced now that this is what they need. I think
just by seeing the folks who are walking in here,
Yeah.
there's such a diverse group of folks walking in
Yeah.
here demographically.
And we went through so much with the pandemic from a mental health standpoint, where mental health awareness
Yes.
became so much more obvious too. And I've never really kept a lot of secrets when I was on the radio, talking about the cancer, and I've talked in the past about depression
Yeah.
and my dealings with that. All this natural stuff that's
safe.
been around for hundreds of years is all safe, but the powers that be don't want to make that admission.
John, I really appreciate you taking time to sit and talk with Lisa and I here on Every Single Thing 413. Really being here at Zaza Green together, it feels like old home days.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope that the step down that you'll experience by talking to Tim Rook is something that's okay, that you're able to deal with.
Well, you're a tough act to follow, of course. Thanks again, John O'Brien.
Thank you, John.
Thanks to both of you.
Call security.
I am so happy that we had the opportunity to sit down with John O'Brien. Thank you so much, John,
That
for
was so much
coming on
fun.
the show. I know this was impromptu. We were here at Zaza. You never know who's going to come in.
We have a lot of different people that come in for many different reasons, and you would be surprised of the spectrum of people who come in from 21 years of age and older to, I think our oldest customer is 89.
No kidding.
And she comes in with a walker and her son.
So, let's just jump back a little bit about some of the products that you offer. I saw your menu screen. Now, you guys offer specials, right? This is just like and when I came here, it's almost like it's so comfortable. It's almost like a coffee shop, right? Like every day there's a special of the day. There's a soup of the day. How does it work here at Zaza?
So basically, when someone comes in, we offer, so Monday through Friday, we have specials every single day.
Every day.
So Saturday and Sunday, we say we don't have official specials, but we also have a special pretty much for every day, including the weekend. For today is buy one, get one half off for the 8s.
Okay.
Selected 8s, and they're honestly some of the best 8s we've had, and they're still sold super well. Even without the sale, but they're amazing. Like the product is amazing. It smokes good. It's also really highly popular, highly tested.
Okay. Is there an edible special during the week?
There is Munchie Mondays.
Munchie Mondays.
Munchie
Munchie
Mondays.
Mondays.
Hey, that sounds good.
Yeah, lovely Munchie Mondays. You guys come in. We have some Munchies or Munchies brand edibles. You come in and get 3 for the price of $30. Instead of paying $15 a pop, you get still basically get one for a really good price.
What's Tuesday and Thursday special?
Tuesday is Token Tuesday. Token Tuesdays, you get 10 pre-rolls of the green gold variety for $50 before tax.
Okay.
So that's $5 a pre-roll, basically.
All right.
And they're all 1 gram. We do not short anybody here on any gram pre-roll whatsoever.
Hey, we just saw somebody with these pre-rolls. They were about this big. They were like, I don't even know what the size was.
Yeah,
in
they were
those.
almost like little half ones.
Yep.
I puffed it down. I think it like two.
Yeah, that's
puffs.
not
I said,
for
no,
Lisa.
This isn't enough.
No, absolutely.
I need the bigger one.
Listen, and reality, sometimes size does matter here in cannabis. So
Sure.
Best thing here is like we have full grams here. We do not have a lot of half grams. Actually, I don't think we carry it at this moment. We do have 0.8s, but they're also infused. So
Okay.
they're highly potent pre-rolls. But
Yeah, that's a pre-roll with concentrate and flour in it together.
Yes,
so let
sir.
people know. Yeah.
Yes, that one's for a good time.
Yeah, if it's your first joint, you might not want to smoke that one.
No, please.
Brian, give us the top. Don't say the top 3. Just give us the first 3 of the most popular things that you sell.
Flower pre-rolls, vapes. Those are the
Flour, the pre-roll marijuana cigarette or joints, as we used to call them in the
Yes,
day.
sir.
And the vape cartridges or the automatic like vape.
Yes, those are
bars
Like
or what they call
darts
them
or
now. Darts.
whatever they are.
darts. Yeah, so yeah, they're the half gram and full gram cartridges. Yes, absolutely.
What's your favorite part about working in a cannabis store?
Oh God, besides the weed, it's that one moment in human interaction where you see a genuine smile in a conversation that happens over and over again, no matter how many times they keep coming in.
Come on, I've talked to a lot of people who do that for a living, and I actually asked somebody at a location, so what's it like working here? And he looked at me and he goes, it's just another retail job. Talking to you, I can see that this is just not another retail job for you. As we kind of wrap up, same that I said to Brian, has there been anything that surprised you in being a part of Zaza Green?
The surprise is how 8 weeks ago, this entire team didn't know anybody, and they gelled together and they worked together, and it's a work in progress, and you can see it every day. Nobody's afraid to take out the trash. Nobody's afraid to clean the toilets. Nobody's afraid to get behind the counter,
Sure.
help with wholesale deliveries, you name it, walking people out to the car if they're elderly, using umbrellas if it's raining. It's kind of a small local ownership.
Sounds like a little town market.
Yeah, that's
where
that's
you know what I mean? Where everybody's ready to help.
Yeah, no task is too small.
Yeah, that's it. That's the secret to the success. And they've grown from about 50 customers without any advertisement. This is really the first time we're trying. And this is great because your energy and Lisa's energy tie in with the energy of Zaza. And they're up to about, I think, 200 customers a day.
Wow.
In 8 weeks.
And I guess I didn't even mention that, Tim. This
That's
is
great.
you just opened this place just opened. I mean, how many weeks have you been open?
8 weeks.
So this is a brand new place.
new.
It's
Two-
been
two
only
months.
8 weeks, 2 months, and there's people really since we've been filming. There's been people filing in, and you're right. There is a lot of smiles at the counter, Brian.
Yeah.
Tim, the last thing I'll ask you is, what would you share with someone who's thinking about coming into Zaza but maybe isn't sure?
I would say stop in at any time. We're open till 11 p.m. Take your time, check it out, check out the staff. We tell everybody you don't have to buy anything. Just come in, walk around, check out the artwork, go on the educational side if you'd like. And we'd like you to choose us because we're a good fit for you.
Excellent.
You can buy cannabis anywhere. I think as they start to learn what we are involved in and what we support in the community, that builds a connection.
People today, especially in the cannabis sphere, where they spend their dollar, they pay attention to that. So your social commitment to the community here, I think, is really going to ring true for both the folks who live here, work here, and shop here at Zaza Green. Well, I've got to say, this has been a fun visit, a great conversation, really with passionate folks who like making people feel well and welcome. There couldn't be a better thing to do during the day. And you guys are open, is it 7 days a week? Or do you take a day off?
7 days a week, Monday through Sunday to 11 p.m.
All right.
We're always going to be here all the time. Stay high, stay hydrated, please.
So make sure when you come into Zaza Green on 311 Page Boulevard here in Springfield, Massachusetts, let them know that you saw them on the Every Single Thing podcast. Let them know that you had fun, that to get to know Brian a little bit. We would love, and they would love to hear that obviously our messaging is getting out to the folks. And really, make sure you go ahead and follow them on social media as well. It's Zaza Green on Facebook. And I believe they have an Instagram page at Zaza Green
At
USA.
Zaza Green USA, please.
So make sure you go ahead and give them, we'll put that information here on the screen, give them a follow. And while you're at pressing the follow button, go ahead and follow Every Single Thing 413 on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube. Lisa, is there anything else I missed on the calls to action?
No, I think that was it, Chris.
Well, on behalf of everyone here at Zaza Green, I would like to thank Tim, Brian, my lovely wife, Lisa, our special guest, John O'Brien. Just had a great time here at Zaza Green in Springfield. Thanks again for watching.
Thanks for having us.